contractors employed by Stringer's Oilfield Services, hired to install tanks and piping at the site. They plan to connect a pipe between 2 of the site's 4 tanks. They empty a large storage tank and then check it for flammable hydrocarbons by a dangerous and unreliable technique, inserting a lit welding torch into the tank. Seeing no flash, the workers believe it is safe to weld on the tank. However, crude oil has remained inside one of the other production tanks, warming under the morning sun. Vapor from this oil flows into an adjacent tank and escapes through an uncapped pipe just 4 feet from where workers plan to weld. Sparks shower down from the welding process, igniting the flammable vapor. Flames flash back into the storage tank, causing an explosion which blows off the tank lid and the ladder where 3 of the workers were standing. Flames shoot through a pipe into the next tank, causing an even more violent explosion. Three workers were killed, and the 4th was severely injured. CSB investigators noted that combustible gas detectors were not used at any time prior to or during hot work. Partridge Raleigh had not established safety requirements for its contractors, and the contractor provided no hot work safety training for its employees. February 11, 2006. Clyde Jones is operating a crane at the wastewater treatment plant, while 2 other workers in a man-lift basket are removing a steel roof that covers 2 chemical storage tanks, one empty, the other containing about 3,000 gallons of highly flammable methanol. But no combustible gas testing is required or performed. The workers use an oxyacetylene torch to cut the roof into sections. Beneath them, methanol vapor vents from the top of the tank as the morning sun warms the liquid inside. Sparks from the torch shower down onto the tank, igniting the methanol vapor. The fire flashes into a corroded and ineffective flame arrestor and continues into the tank. Flames spread instantly, igniting the methanol inside. Burning methanol spews out from broken pipes, engulfing the 2 workers in the man-lift basket. One survives, one does not. Flames envelop the cab of the crane where Clyde Jones is sitting. The accidents at Bethune and Partridge Raleigh demonstrate the need to monitor the atmosphere for dangerous levels of flammable vapor. But monitoring must be done properly.
Ineffective monitoring techniques can be just as dangerous as no monitoring at all.
July 17, 2001, the Motiva Enterprises Refinery, Delaware City, Delaware. Several contractors are repairing a catwalk in a sulfuric acid tank farm. Their task involves cutting near storage tank 393, which contains waste sulfuric acid and flammable hydrocarbons. But the tank is severely corroded and has holes in its roof and shell. At about 7:45 a.m., Motiva operators use a combustible gas detector to test the atmosphere around tank 393. No flammable vapor is detected. They never test the atmosphere after that. But as the day goes on, the temperature rises by 14 degrees, warming the contents of the tank and producing vapor that escapes through the holes. But workers are unaware of the growing danger. Around 1:30 p.m., a spark from an electric arc cutting system ignites the vapor, causing a powerful explosion. The tank collapses, releasing 264,000 gallons of highly corrosive sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid overwhelms the containment dike and wastewater systems. Almost 100,000 gallons reach the Delaware River, killing fish and other aquatic life. A contract employee who had been working on the catwalk died in the accident. His body never found. 8 others were injured.
Combustible gas detectors should be routinely used to identify and monitor for flammable atmospheres before and during hot work.
Continuous monitoring for flammable vapor could have prevented these tragic accidents, which caused deaths, injuries, and environmental damage. Other good safety practices are also important.
Whenever possible, avoid hot work or consider alternative methods, such as cold or hydraulic cutting. Before any hot work, perform a comprehensive hazard assessment. Personnel may sometimes be unaware of processes that can release flammable vapors. In 2008, 3 workers were killed and 1 was injured in Tomahawk, Wisconsin at the Packaging Corporation of America, which manufactures corrugated packaging and containerboard. Welding sparks ignited flammable hydrogen gas from an 80-foot-tall storage tank. Unknown to plant employees, microbes were producing the gas from the decomposition of waste fiber inside the tank. Test the area where hot work is planned and eliminate potential sources of flammables even in equipment that is not directly involved. For instance, at Partridge Raleigh, emptying and purging the nearby crude oil tank would have eliminated the source of flammables. Use written permits specifically identifying the work to be conducted and the required precautions. At the Bethune wastewater plant, there was no permit system. Provide safety supervision for outside contractors conducting hot work. 2 contract workers were killed in LaRue, Ohio on October 19, 2008, when an explosion occurred while they were welding above crude oil storage tanks owned by Mar Oil. The company had no formal program to select or oversee contractors. And finally, train personnel on the hazards of hot work.
Although the hazards of hot work are well known, frequent deaths and serious injuries continue to occur. The CSB believes that following the key lessons outlined here can help prevent future hot work-related accidents.